Welcome to Guided, your weekly sanctuary where we blend the wisdom of the Enneagram with the art of intentional living. I'm your host, Evie, and you're so welcome here. Guided is all about helping you, the modern woman, find your flow in a world that's often all hustle and no heart. Whether you're navigating a career pivot, diving into creative pursuits, or just figuring out how to take better care of yourself, Guided is here to support you. This podcast is like a weekly chat with a good friend, one who's passionate about making your life feel good. At Guided, we believe in living with intention, fostering emotional well-being, and finding joy in the everyday. We tackle the big stuff like overthinking, setting boundaries, and avoiding burnout, all while keeping it real and relatable. Think of this as your go-to spot for practical tips, soulful conversations, and a reminder to break free from the grind. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. Thank you for choosing to make Guided a part of your weekly ritual. If you're ready to step into a life of intention and empowerment, then hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Guided. I'm Evie, and today we're going to explore how the Enneagram can be a powerful tool for building true self-confidence and assertiveness. If you don't know your Enneagram type yet, head to the show notes of this episode and take my free Enneagram quiz, a great entry-level point to begin understanding your Enneagram type. But let's start by addressing a common misconception: the difference between fake confidence and genuine self. Fake confidence often stems from external validation or putting on a persona to mask insecurities. It's fleeting and fragile, and can leave us feeling empty or inadequate when the validation fades. I think this works in a pinch. If you're feeling really low confident, but you have to go out and, present a talk at work, I think it can work in the moment, fake confidence, but I don't think it's where we can hang our hat. Genuine self-worth, on the other hand, comes from within. It's rooted in self-awareness, acceptance of our strengths and limitations, and creates a deep sense of worthiness regardless of external validation. That's where I want to live. It means that we aren't leading from an empty or even vapid sense of self that is built on essentially nonsense to make ourselves feel better. Here's an example. For me, I am not a very confident driver. I've had experiences early on in my driving career which have left me feeling not so confident. So rather than over the top declaring that I'm a fantastic driver and forcing my body into essentially a lie, I know deep down that how well I park or don't park my car doesn't matter. And so I'm able to compassionately say to myself when I'm doing a big drive that I can do this. No, I'm not going to be picked for an F1 team anytime soon. And that is okay. Having that knowledge before I get in the car allows me to find my self-worth, helping me locate confidence through driving the car, which in turn builds my skill and confidence levels. So just a note, is that you? Do you inflate your self-worth by masking insecurities with pretend confidence? Can you get real with yourself today about where you do that? Feelings triad, I am looking at you the most. If you don't feel like you struggle with confidence at all, hey, amazing. Skip this episode. You got it. But if you would like a confidence challenge, buckle in for my confidence challenge for each Enneagram type. So type 1, the reformer. Reformers struggle with self-criticism and perfectionism, which can undermine their confidence and lead to a fear of making mistakes. But if we can embrace perfection type 1s and challenge the inner critic by focusing on progress rather than perfection, we get to take our first step towards building real confidence. How can you challenge your inner critic today? Type 2, the helper. Helpers often derive their confidence from helping others, struggle to prioritize their own needs, and receive validation for themselves. Practicing receiving compliments and support without deflecting or minimizing is so huge for type 2s, and it's definitely what I'm asking of you this week. How could you receive a compliment or receive some support from a friend without deflecting or minimizing? Type 3, the achiever. Achievers are often very confident in their ability to succeed, but they may struggle with imposter syndrome or being able to define their worth beyond their achievements. So for type 3, connecting with your intrinsic value beyond achievements is so key. Can you set goals that align with your personal values rather than external expectations? Can you keep those goals on your phone or on your desk or on your fridge or your mirror to remind you when you're starting your day to live by those goals, not by the external validation? Type 4, the individualists. Individualists wrestle with feelings of inadequacy or longing for something they perceive as missing, which impacts their self-confidence. But celebrating your unique qualities, type 4, and creativity helps build real and true confidence. Can you express yourself authentically without comparing yourself to others? Type 5, the investigator. Investigators can doubt their own knowledge or feel insecure in social situations, leading to a lack of confidence in expressing themselves. So not in what they know, but in how they connect. So type 5, can you share your knowledge and ideas with others? Maybe practice speaking up in a group setting or seek an opportunity to collaborate with somebody this week. Type 6, the loyalists. Loyalists may second guess themselves and seek reassurance from others, which can undermine their confidence in their decision making. But can you challenge your self-doubt, type 6, by taking the calculated risks that affirm your strengths this week? What would it look like to trust your instincts and decision-making ability? Type 7, the enthusiast. Enthusiasts may use excitement and positivity to mask deeper insecurities or to avoid facing the uncomfortable feelings and emotions, which can affect their true confidence. Type 7, I would love for you to practice mindfulness, embracing moments of stillness and introspection to ground yourself and confront those uncomfortable emotions this week. Invite a friend into this if you're struggling to do it alone. Type 8, the challenger. Challengers may exude confidence externally, but struggle with vulnerability or fear of being controlled internally. And this can impact their assertiveness. But by learning how to express your emotions openly, grows that vulnerability. And so that's what I'm asking for this week, type 8. Could you build trust in your relationships by allowing yourself to be authentically seen? What would that feel like? What would that look like this week? And type 9, the peacemaker. Well, peacemakers struggle with asserting their own needs and desires and prioritize harmony over personal expression. By always putting everybody else's needs before your own, type 9, you can struggle to feel confident about your internal desires. Can you practice saying no this week when necessary? What would it look like to say no to somebody that you trust when you truly don't want to do something? Allow confidence to be built in safe ways. I would love to know what you think though. Do you know your type? Why not leave me a voice note about how you stay confident and if you were able to complete this week's challenge? If you take one thing away from today's episode, know that building confidence is a journey with self-awareness and intentional practices that are aligned with your Enneagram type. You can cultivate authentic self-confidence and assertiveness. All of us can, no matter our Enneagram type. Before we wrap up today, remember that if you're unsure of your Enneagram type, do feel free to take my quiz linked in the show notes. It's such a great jumping off point for your Enneagram journey. And if you're looking to go deeper, if you're struggling with confidence issues, if you wish to step into the most confident and aligned version of you, book in for a blueprint typing session with me, and together we'll explore how you can step into this most empowered version of you using your Enneagram type. Remember that building confidence with the Enneagram as your guide is within your reach. You're already doing it. By listening to this episode, you've taken such a huge step towards the most empowered version of you. By understanding your type and embracing your strengths, you can step into your truest, most empowered self. If you try out your type's challenge this week, why not send me a DM and let me know? Don't forget to leave me a voice note about how you stay confident, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. If Guided the podcast resonated with you, why not share it on your socials or send it to your friends? And if you have a spare moment, I would love it if you could leave me a review. These small gestures are free and they're invaluable in helping me amplify the reach of Guided the podcast, connecting us with more empowered women who are eager to increase their well-being. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop with our latest episodes. By subscribing, you'll stay connected and receive a weekly dose of inspiration directly to your inbox. Thank you for being a part of our community, for showing up, and for your commitment to personal growth and self-discovery. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and keep exploring the depths of your own inner wisdom.